Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Notes from the Sewing Room. If you are new here, my name's Becky. Thank you for joining me today. Today's video is all about what I made during January. I've got 4 different things to show you today. I've got 3 jersey makes and 1 woven make. So let's get to it and I'll show you what I've been up to. I hope you've been having a lovely week, whatever you've been up to. We are still on lockdown here in the UK, but hopefully you are okay at home and you're all well. The first pattern I wanted to share with you today is actually what I'm wearing. So this has been a pattern that I have wanted to make for ages and ages and ages, and I'm not sure why I'm doing the arm movement there, but yeah, I just wanted to make it for a long time, and I decided to make it because basically Valentine's Day is just around the corner. To be honest, me and my husband are not like massively into Valentine's Day. We normally make ourselves a card each to exchange, but I just thought, why not this year? Let's make something for Valentine's Day. So that's what I decided to do. And if you haven't seen it, I did actually record a little Valentine's Day gift ideas video, which you can see on my channel if you'd like to check it out and you are doing a little bit of last minute crafting. But in terms of this project that I did, it is the Friday Pattern Company square neck top. So if I just move my hair out of the way, you'll be able to see. I absolutely love the square neckline detail here. This top is amazing because it can be made in a woven fabric or it can be made in a jersey fabric. So I decided to make this one in some fabric that I've had in my stash for literally years. It's probably been about 5 years maybe that I've had this in my stash. It's a very, very light crepe type fabric. So if I just stand up a little bit, you'll be able to see it in a little bit more detail there. So as you can see, it's got quite a lot of movement to it, and it's got this beautiful heart detailing all over it on a white background. I think, and it's testing my memory a little bit here, but I think I bought this fabric from Minerva, and like I say, it was quite a long time ago, so I did have a quick look on the website the other day, but I couldn't see that they'd still got it in stock. But you never know, check it out if you'd like to try and find it. It's a lovely fabric to work with. It did fray a little bit, I must say, when I was actually sewing it up, but that was fine because I just put the top through the overlock after I'd actually sewn it initially on my sewing machine, and yeah, it was absolutely fine. This is a really good project to make if you have got a limited amount of fabric. I only had 1 metre of this crepe type fabric to use, so I'd still got a little tiny little bit left over, which I made myself a fabric brooch. So I'll put a little picture in of the fabric brooch that I made, so I can show you. If you are interested in making the fabric brooch, again, you can see that on my little Valentine's video that I did. Yeah, apologies if I'm just talking about other videos that I've done, but I just wanted to let you know that other content is there if you'd like to see it. But this is a really quick make. It's not really got very many pattern pieces. It's got grown on sleeves, so you don't have to worry about actually inserting a sleeve at all. So because of that, I would say it's definitely suitable for beginners if you are new to sewing, or it's a quick make if you are a more experienced sewist, or perhaps you don't have a lot of time. As you probably know if you've seen my videos before, I'm a new mum, so I've got kind of limited amounts of time to sew. So I normally have kind of 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So this top was actually put together in, you know, a number of little bits of segments of time, but it came together fairly quickly nevertheless. So the idea is that you attach obviously the front piece to the back piece. You've got 2 main bits of fabric to attach and put together, should I say. And then you've got a facing that goes around here and then around the back of the neckline, and then you literally just top stitch around here to hold that in place, and at the back as well. Now you are actually supposed to top stitch a kind of a certain distance away to kind of hold the facing down around this area, but because this fabric is so movable and so lightweight, even though I understitched it to hold the facing in place in the beginning, I did find that it was still popping out. So what I decided to do instead of actually sewing around here was actually to edge stitch all the way around there instead, and that seems to have worked fine. So obviously it just depends on what fabric you're using, and probably next time I will follow the instructions properly. For my next version of this top, I'm thinking that I'm going to use a jersey fabric instead, possibly a cotton jersey, but we'll see how I go. I'm not sure. I've got a kind of mustard colourway fabric in my stash that I kind of need to use up because I've had it in there for a while. It's got a bit of an animal print on it, so maybe that might work well for this project, but we'll wait and see. But this is a lovely project to work on. There in the pattern pack, if there is 2 different templates that you can cut out, or should I say pattern pieces, for the woven one or for the jersey one. The woven one has actually got some darts in to add a little bit of extra shape in. So it is fairly loose. And actually, one thing I would change if I made this again is that, if I just pull this out of my skirt, you'll be able to see that it's actually not that long. So it only really just comfortably tucks in the top of my skirt there. So I would probably add another inch or so onto the bottom of this project just to give it a little bit of extra length. So I'd probably feel a little bit uncomfortable if I was wearing it with jeans or something, because I feel like it'd just be a little bit too short and it might show my tummy a little bit. So, but anyway, that's just me probably. I'm quite tall, I'm 5'10", so if you are shorter than me or you are taller than me, potentially you might want to make your own alterations there. What I thought I'd do during today's video is actually put on the garments that I'm talking to you about that I've actually made during January, and I'll try and put in a few pictures as well so you can see like the full version of what I'm talking about as well. So you must let me know actually in the comments below if you do like me to actually put the garments on, or if you just prefer to see them in pictures or some little videos to the side or whatnot. So yeah, I'd like it if you let me know, because obviously I want you to enjoy watching what I'm showing you. The next thing I'll show you is an Agnes t-shirt by Tilly and the Buttons. So as you can see, for this version I decided to go for the ruched sleeve version, and I've used this Lady McElroy cotton jersey. So I would say this fabric has been gifted to me for free by Minerva in exchange for a review on the Minerva website, which I've done, so that you can actually see that if you search for Notes from the Sewing Room on the Minerva website, you can find my profile. Follow me there if you'd like to, and you can see all of the things that I've made for Minerva in the past, but this is one of the recent posts that I've put up there so you can see this. I've made the Agnes top loads of times, but this is only the second version that I've done with the actual ruched sleeve detailing. I really like the ruched sleeves, if you can see that there, because it's got the ruching around the top here, or the gathering should I say, and then you use a little bit of clear elastic just down here, down the kind of centre of the arm, just to create another kind of ruching detail. I think this fabric works really well because it's a cotton jersey, so it's fairly stable but not too heavy. So I felt like it worked really well for me. All of the reviews that I do for Minerva or any other pattern company, or I'm doing reviews of fabric, I'm always completely honest. I don't like to tell you anything that's not correct, because I'd hate if you kind of went out and bought something and then, I said it was great and, potentially it was just a little bit kind of cheap or tacky or whatever. So yeah, this is a lovely fabric and I have enjoyed working with it. I've seen quite a few other people kind of working with this fabric on Instagram and different things that they've made, and I'm not surprised it has been popular because it is just a great quality fabric that's washed really well. I didn't find there was a lot of shrinkage involved when I washed it. It didn't run in the wash or anything like that, and it's just worked really well for this project. I used 1.5 meters of this jersey to actually make my Agnes, and I went for the kind of 3/4 length arm, just under probably a 3/4 length arm top here. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it tucks nicely into the top of my high-waisted skirt. So I'm a big fan of the Agnes top. If you haven't tried it, I definitely would give it a go. It's one of my all-time favourite patterns. I don't think you can go wrong with it. You could wear this literally with skirts, you could layer it under a dress, you could wear it with joggers. You could probably wear it with your pyjamas if you wanted to, as a pyjama top. There's loads and loads of different options for this pattern. And yeah, it's probably, like I say, one of my all-time favourites. So at some point I'm going to record a video where I show you my whole collection of the Agnes tops and things that I've made. So if you would like to see that, then do let me know. I did a video recently that was all about the linden jumpers that I'd made in my whole collection there, and I know that a few of you said that you enjoyed seeing that, so it's kind of given me a bit of an idea that I might do a little series of lots of different patterns that I've made a lot of, because I always think it's nice to see other people's versions of things, because you can see how they work in different colorways and different types of fabric. And if you are thinking of doing those patterns, or having a go at those patterns, should I say, you know, it just gives you a little bit of food for thought of how it might work best for you. The next things I've got to show you are a couple of cardigans. So I'm actually going to keep this top on because I can put the cardigans on over the top. So this is the first one that I wanted to show you. So I've made this from a pattern that I got given by Crafty So and So, and they gave me the pattern for free to test basically. So there was no obligation for me to do a review of it or anything like that, but because I've made it, I really wanted to share it with you and just let you know, how I found making it basically. So this is going to be the latest pattern that's going to be added to the My Handmade wardrobe range. And I believe it's going to be included in an online class, which is going to be available over the next few months. I think it's going to be how to kind of make this using an overlocker, if you'd like to. I'm not sure why I'm pointing that way, because I've actually got my sewing machine here today rather than my overlocker. But yeah, I think it's just habit, because I usually actually have my overlocker sat here. But today I've had a bit of a move around, and today I've got my sewing machine there instead. So anyway, I have made this cardigan out of a true knit fabric. So I previously made a Bertha cardigan out of a true knit jersey, and I really liked it, so I bought some more. So this is the raspberry colourway, and I bought this from Crafty So and So. I'm not sure if they've still got some on the website or not, because I did pick it up quite a while ago now actually. But it's a lovely toasty, cozy fabric to wear in winter, and I think whatever kind of jumper or cardigan you used it for, it would keep you lovely and snuggly wherever you are in the UK or overseas. So I'm just going to stand up so you can see this a little bit more, and I will slot in some pictures as well. So this is a version without pockets basically, and you can either turn up the cuffs like I have there, I'm not sure how well you can see that, or you can have them so they're a little bit longer. So I had limited fabric for this. I only had 1.5 meters. So rather than using one piece of fabric to go all the way around here for the neckline or the neckband, I ended up kind of joining a couple of pieces of fabric to actually, make this kind of neck area, but it's absolutely fine. So if you have got 1 meter of fabric, you can do this cardigan. You just have to be very creative with your kind of cutting out and, where you put your pattern pieces, and you might not be able to do the pockets potentially. It just depends, I guess, how wide your fabric is and that kind of thing. But I have been wearing this top absolutely non-stop since I made it, whether I've been wearing it with denim skirts and an Agnes like this, or I've been wearing it with my Coco dresses. It's just really lovely to wear. I mean, pretty much all I'm doing at the moment is either staying in the house or going to the park or maybe the supermarket or something like that, like I'm sure a lot of people. So it's it just works really well for my everyday life. I've also worn it over my pyjamas a few times as well, just to kind of keep me cozy in front of the telly at night time. I've pretty much made most of this on my overlocker. In fact, I think I did most of it on my overlocker. The only part that I didn't do on my overlocker was actually to sew this section, so around the hem basically, which I've actually used a twin needle stitch for all the way around there, and then you actually just add on the neckband after that. So yeah, so you kind of do need both an overlocker and a sewing machine for this project. You don't have to use a twin needle, of course, around the hem. You could use a zigzag stitch or another kind of stretch stitch, whichever you prefer. But I definitely recommend this cardigan, when it is actually available from My Handmade wardrobe patterns, because it's a really super make. It didn't take too long to do, and I just found it to be really practical, and it's just kind of ideal in my kind of wardrobe for now. But I think even when we are kind of able to go out and do more things, I'll still definitely be wearing it, because I think it's kind of stylish as well, and I just really love pink. It's one of my one of my favourite colours, so I think the raspberry works really well with my skin tone and my hair. And I can't wait to go to the hairdresser though, I must say, because my roots are just awful at the moment, just kind of looking at them on the camera there. But yeah, generally I think this raspberry colour just suits me. So yeah, I hope you agree. I hope you enjoy making this pattern when it's available from My Handmade wardrobe. The next cardigan that I wanted to show you is actually made using exactly the same pattern that I just mentioned from my handmade wardrobe, but this version is different because I've made it in a cable knit. So you maybe saw this fabric on one of my fabric haul videos recently. It's the first time that I've ever used a cable knit fabric, but I just think it's really nice. So it's different on the inside. It's kind of shiny on the inside. So you could actually have a bit of fun playing with the inside and the outside of the fabric if you wanted to. But this version, I've actually added pockets to. So yeah, they're really helpful for just putting bits and bobs in. So yeah, it's really nice. It's a nice length, this cardigan, because it comes kind of to about the middle of my bottom there. So yeah, it's again, snugly to wear. I won't talk too much about this one because obviously you've just seen the pink version. I will slot in a few pictures so you can see me in both the green and the pink versions as we go along here. But yeah, it's a super pattern. Again, I made this pretty much on my overlocker, and then I just used, on this version actually, my sewing machine to do the pocket detail, because you need to finish off the top of the pockets and sew them down one side. And then I also use my sewing machine, of course, to do the hem section. But I'm really, really pleased with this. Again, I'm pretty much wearing the cuffs turned up like I did on the other version, but you have the option also to wear them down if you'd like to. Works both ways, to be honest. I just tend to find that if I have my cuffs too long, I get them wet when I'm washing up and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think this is a lovely cardigan, so I hope you enjoy making it when it's available. The next thing I've got to show you is actually not a complete make. So I had 4 kind of complete makes during January to show you, but this is actually a 5th make that I'm kind of working on, but I'm making slow progress, to be honest. I think potentially because it's a little bit more complex to make and I've not really had lots and lots of time. So, but it's almost there, so that's really good. This is another Helen's Closet Gilbert top, and I'm making it in this lovely kind of lightweight rayon type fabric. So I will show you this when it's completely finished, but I just thought I'd show you my progress so far. Again, I'm making this with the tie front. This is actually my 2nd tie front version, and I'm going to be adding on some lovely shiny silver buttons to the front of this. So I will keep you posted on my progress with this. I think the next parts I've got to do are to do the buttonholes, give it a good old iron because it really needs that, and I need to finish off doing the finishing on the sleeves as well. But I'm really pleased with my progress on that one so far anyway, so I just thought I'd share my progress so far. It is kind of hard sometimes to fit in doing everything that you want to do, but I usually find, as I've said lots of times, you know, as a new mom, I've got limited amounts of time and kind of juggling one thing and another thing, often doing a lot of things with one arm. So yeah, I just have to kind of sew like when I can, but I will be finishing this as soon as I can. The other thing that I've been doing in January is to be having a go at crochet. So I must say I'm not getting on too well so far, but thank you to everyone who got in touch with me and gave me a few tips and videos to have a look at and tutorials online and that kind of thing. I'm using this lovely chunky yarn that I've got, and I did show in my previous fabric haul video the different other colourways that I've got. In fact, I'll just grab them, so just down here. So I've also got this kind of stone colour, and I've also got a deep purple colour as well. So yeah, I'm so far I'm kind of okay with doing one strand of crochet and the second part, but I keep getting myself into a bit of a muddle when I get onto the 3rd part. So I'm still not actually making a granny square yet, but hopefully I'm on my way to doing that. I've actually dug out from my book collection a crochet book that I got bought a while ago from, I think my husband might have bought it me for Christmas a while ago. So I think that's going to be really helpful. But I'm hoping that I'm going to get better at crochet because I've got all of this yarn to get through. But I am hoping that I'm going to make a little baby blanket for William, or potentially if I do get good at doing this and I can make lots of squares, I can make a bigger blanket for my own bed instead. So I'm getting a bit tough at the moment, but hopefully I shall get there and I'll have a bit of a light bulb moment, and yeah, we'll see how I go really. But it's fun to be trying a new craft anyway, and I guess it's always difficult when you do try and pick up something new, because you know, it's just so many different steps to learn. It's kind of like where you have to hold your yarn, where the hook has to be, you know, which stitches are going where, and you know, which stitches you're trying to, you know, take from the hook at each time and that kind of thing. But hopefully I shall get there. So yeah, fingers crossed. and hopefully I make good progress soon. That's all I've got to share with you on today's video, so I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, I'd love it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All of my videos on my channel are all about sewing and crafts, so if that's something that does interest you, it would be great if you could check out some of my other videos as well. But until next time, I shall leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!